2022 was some year. A lot of good points and a lot of bad points. But what have I learned from 2022 that will stand me in good stead going into 2023? Let's talk about it.
All right, troops.
This has actually been a really difficult video to make. I've done about 2 or 3 separate drafts of this because admitting failings is really hard to do. I figured out what I've learned over the course of 2022, but I don't think anybody wants to hear my explanations of what I've learned and why I learned it. So I'm taking key points from those couple of videos and then carry on. So this will be a pretty short video, but it's been one that's been more difficult to make than I thought at first. So please bear with me and I hope you enjoy it. Number one, I've learned to trust my gut instincts. Trying to talk about why I've learned this lesson is pretty painful, and I don't want to go into it. All I will say is that I didn't trust my gut about something. It came back and bit me in the backside, and now I'm needing to do a lot of damage control to learn and grow from that mistake. Number two, I can't do this all on my own. You may have guessed that I'm a bit of a control freak. I try and keep things in my own control as much as I can because I have a real lack of trust in people. It also means that they don't share any responsibility when sometimes I fail. But I've learned that going into this long term, I will not be able to do this on my own. And I need core people that I can trust to help me achieve my goals. Lesson three, just because they're a follower doesn't mean they're a friend. You look at my socials and you'll see that I have hundreds of followers. And when I look into friends, I can count them on one hand. I know in this industry that we need to have a large following to prove that we're successful, but we also need to have a small core group of friends that will support you even when there's dark times. And there's been a few dark times this year. So I will keep those friends close and keep the followers at a bit of a distance. Number four, trust your team. It kind of links into point three as well. I started 2022 with a core group of people in my team that I trusted. As things grew throughout the year, sadly, so did my ego. My network expanded, but it wasn't always the best thing. While I'm grateful for the experience and the lessons that I've learned, it's time to go back to trusting that core team again. Number five, go at your own pace. That's what it's there for. When things started growing quicker than I expected to, I tried to keep up with it and it didn't work. I was so afraid that I would lose the opportunities coming that I didn't think about where those opportunities would be later on down the line. Normally, I would retreat into myself, into a shell, and hit the self destruct button. And I was close to doing that a couple of times. Instead, I found a new button back to basics. I will take things at my own pace, going back to the way I was at the start of the year, and we're going to do this right. We're going to grow slow, we're going to grow steady, and it'll mean plenty of success going forward. Number six, just because I failed once doesn't mean I'm a failure. I tried a couple of different things this year and they did not succeed. Throughout the end of 2022, I thought that I was a complete failure and I was very close to doing something extremely stupid. And then I had a little realization. Just because I failed once doesn't mean I'm always going to be a failure. This is a new journey that I'm on. It's scary. There's going to be a lot of failing. But when I counted up the successes over the failures from this last year, there was a lot more of them than I thought. And that pulled me out of a really bad place. Number seven, I will never be an overnight success story. It may seem that I have done a lot in this last year, but in reality, I've not done much. When you take it into the grand scheme of things, I'm still at the start of my journey, and I have a long way to go. I tried to rush it, and that wasn't a smart move. I'm just lucky that those rush jobs didn't cost me everything that I was trying to build. I'm going to be more methodical in my approach next time. Again, back to basics, slow and steady, and we are going to win. And finally, number eight, this fire burns. Always. It's a little quote from a Killswitch Engage song that I like. The reason that I like this quote is because for so long I felt like my fire and my passion for this industry had completely gone out. It had been squashed beyond belief. And then when I got into podcasting, that fire came back. And when things started going well, it burned a lot brighter than I was expecting. But the candle that burns twice as bright only lasts half as long. And I thought that fire went out again as quickly as it was lit. I then realised that it hadn't died. It was just taking a breather. My fire is back and it is burning brighter than my hair. And I'm not going to stop this time. Not until I get what I want, a better life for my family. Am I going to have to take some steps back? Yes. Are we going to have to go back to basics? Of course we are. But wait till you see what's coming. This was a bit of a unique video, a really difficult one to do, but I'm glad that I've done it because that's the final thing that I've learned through 2022. I get done. When I set out to do something and I set my mind to it, I get it done. Sometimes it might take a while. A lot of the times, there's bumps along the way. But regardless, I succeed and get it done. And it's out there for the world to see that. Search that Mental Ginger Show. Search the Ginger Engine. Search Ginger Media Limited. Or any of these in Google. Instead of being 2 or 3 pages back, I'm right up front, baby. And that's not going to stop. So until next time, take care, stay safe. Bye bye.